Do you always want to be second in command? Get me out of here and I'll take care of Balak. Then you can start giving the orders.
Huh. An interesting proposal. It certainly has benefits over the current situation. Shut it down. This is Balak's problem now. I hope you're as quick with a gun as you are with your promises, for both our sakes.
Balak will get what's coming to him, and so will you if I ever catch you in human territory again. Are we clear?
Perfectly. Balak's holed up in the main facility. You'll need this to get in. Don't underestimate him. He's a mean bastard. Let's go. We're getting off this rock.
But it's crazy though. I don't even know. Like, you know what? I'm gonna say this. I think Sonya is probably the worst looking one. And it's kind of weird too, because she's supposed to be like the best looking one. I don't know. Maybe it's something that people have an interest, or at least they think it has something to do. I don't know what it is. Probably has to do with like chicks and blonde hair or some shit. They always try to like go a step above, but I think Sonya's kind of like 2-3 steps drop down. You know what I'm saying? I don't even think she that. Yo, Sindel's so freaking bad, G. She's so damn bad. Yo, I'd be pissed if I want to, like, I'll watch a Mortal Kombat tournament. I wouldn't hesitate. I'll watch a Mortal Kombat tournament. I'd be pissed when somebody ain't playing Sindel because they ain't nothing to watch. I'm just messing around there. Hey, yo, I can't wait. Oh my gosh. I don't know when the next one's going to come up. And then it kind of sucks too, because then I'm streaming. I know I do want to check things out. It's like, yo. I feel like I missed out a lot though. Oh, you like Jade? You know all that. I think I might take Sindel. I need a little bit of extra. Yeah, I need a little bit of extra. I ain't going front. I mean, I ain't going front. I need a, and y'all, you know, I'm gonna be real. I lived a hard life. You know what I'm saying? I deserve some happiness. Yeah. Alright, so I need to make a turn. Go here. Yeah, but this game this looks good. It looks really good. And outside of the bugs, like controlling your characters, because sometimes I get stuck in like a shooting animation. And outside of that, it's alright. It's really, really good. But what you call it? So Cowboy, I've always been. I think I had like a crazy soft spot for some Mina, and then Viola came out. I was like, okay. I like Ivy too. I like Ivy a lot, but man, they went hard. No, Seska. Seska was the one. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I can do this one. Ah, come on. There we go. I hate controlling this thing. I thought they did say they had different controls in here for it, but I don't know. I forget. I know with how they have the story. It's all kinds of crazy. Okay, first let's take care of some of this nonsense going on. Okay, great. Okay, perfect. And one more other side here. I can't see. Okay. Nah. Okay, that should be good enough. Save up. But who knows? It's been a trip for me, like throughout the years when it comes to fighters. Like real talk, I started getting into them when I was like super young, and this was like before. I think it was before my father passed. So it was I had a Sega Genesis. My brother had a Super Nintendo. I remember we got Street Fighter 2 for the Super Nintendo. We used to like literally fist fight each other over who got the left side in Street Fighter because it's just so much easier playing on the left side. So much easier. But he was always went out. He was literally always went out. He was bigger than me. I was the youngest. And oh, come on! This is so disrespectful. I need this. And what is that? Tyrion Trooper. Okay, you need to do overload, and you can literally do a. You don't need no shields, so do immunity. Okay. Let me go up these stairs. But it's always fun now. I kept going with it, kept going with it. And it's become such like a big thing for me. So. Okay, perfect. What else we got? Can't see the map. Give him a overload. I need shields. Oh, yeah. Dang, they coming all out of the bulwarks. Yes. If I am lucky enough. Well, there's some that is like already out, but things coming forward that I would love to be able to play is Delta Mirage. That's one I really want to be able to play. Obviously Halo Infinite. If I could get me a freaking Series X. I have a PC, but I would like to get a recorder and stuff too, but that'd be cool. As far as like stuff that is existing, I'll just have to like wait for a file, but there are things that I'm very interested in playing. Because, I am a variety streamer, so there would be a lot of stuff that I would like to bring in the channel, both old and some new stuff. Okay, what else we got? Alright, so come on. What about yourself, man? What you looking forward to? It's just E3 is going to tell me a lot. Because there's a few things I know I have on my mind. I just can't recall the names right off the bat. Like, that's why I think E3 is so important. It's kind of like that time that you get a chance to, how do I put this? Refresh your memory or see things that make a thing for you. Okay, we're finally done. Nice. Oh, let me come on, equipment. Yeah, I don't think I'm changing this gun for nothing. This gun's on point. Yeah, this gun I got is on point. Ain't changing for nothing. High explosive rounds, no block rounds. Nah, I'm good. I'm gonna keep these high explosive rounds. These jokers are so good. What if I got even more? It's still 8. Okay. I'm gonna give this to the rest of the team too. Ashley, she has an assault rifle. Let me make sure. Yeah, she does assault rifle, so. I'm trying to think, do I want to. Screw it. Let's give it to one. That's gonna get ridiculous. Gonna do accuracy. Maybe we'll do this. And then we'll do Do some accuracy. Where I know it's pistols. Let me give it a stiletto. And then frit the cryo rounds. We're just gonna use explosive stuff. I love that freaking thing. And then we'll give her this. Crap. Whatever looks amazing. That would be. That's the thing too, because it's like. Especially now with the new increases price, I'm like super cautious now. Like it's just there's certain things that I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see if Bethesda comes out with another like Evil Within 3. Man, I'm telling you, I don't care what nobody say. If people could say it was scary, people could say a whole lot of stuff. I could care less. The Evil Within is an amazing series, and let me tell you this: Capcom. I'm not gonna front. When it came to Village, they stole some of that. They stole some of that Evil Within 2 vibes for RE Village, dead ass. Cause guess what Ethan doing all this for his family. Same thing with Sebastian. Like they trust me, they did it first. They did it first. Evil Within, them jokers did it first. Wait, hold up. Kinetic Core 9. Do that. Okay, this should work. Say like anything else? Yeah, there's like one more person. Yo, there's people in here. That's crazy. Okay, let's go to the last person.
Die, human.
What?
You humans. You're almost more trouble than you're worth.
Let the hostages go, and maybe you'll live long enough to explain yourself to the council.
I don't answer to the council. Or to you. I'm leaving this asteroid. If you try to stop me, I'll detonate these charges, and your helper and her friends are all going to die.
I can't just let you go, Balak. Not after what happened here.
This is nothing.
Well, how do I put this? Not necessarily go back off the bat. So, alright, my situation is, or at least my thing was, I went in for 3D animation. And I was there. All I needed was one class left, and that was the internship. But, you know, situations happen, responsibilities and stuff like that kicked in. And to take that class was $3,000. I could have took it for like $1,500, but then you're trying to take care of rent, all this other stuff, yada, yada, yada. And so I just never could find the thing to get me back. And then it wasn't like about, I think it was like a year ago, year and a half or something like that ago. But I felt like I think about close to 2 years ago. I found this one job that I found that was pretty nice. And I could do 4 days, have 3 days off. And then there was another week that would work 3 days, have, you know, well, I worked 4 days, worked 3 days off, and then the next following week, 3 days, and then 4 days off. It's like, all right, I can stick here and do my thing. And then things kept growing, things kept growing. And so I'll never forget that it was always like a money thing to be able to save it and then do stuff. And then over here in DNJ, it costs so freaking expensive. So damn expensive. But so I wasn't able to do it. And so the opportunity came up to where I knew I could grow within the spot that I was at. And I knew the money went from where it was to obviously more that I could, you know, then finally I could be able to do some things, right? Money way, go back and do the things I need to do, yada, yada, yada. And then,
How does killing innocent
instead,
people make up for that?
They decided to bring in the manager's nephew. And then I found myself sitting up there having to retrain the guy for a position that should have been mine or else. I mean, it would have been fine if it was somebody else that was there working with us or something like that. But it was just such an awkward thing. And I'm like, nah, I got to get out of here. And so that's kind of like been my struggle. And then next thing I know, I was like, you know what? I'm chilling right now as I'm looking for something. I was like, you know,
Is
let me
that
just
what
hop on
Elysium
Twitch and I'm
was?
just kind of chilling.
A way to get our
And so
attention.
that's kind of like been the story.
You got it.
And
And when we
that's it.
responded,
It was
ran
just
like
literally for just an
cowards.
internship.
Now you want to start it all over again.
And then from there,
Enough! You couldn't possibly understand.
I didn't know if it was gonna be Cali,
Actually, you
but I
just don't
know
know the
damn well
first
I ain't trying to be up in no New York. I'm just gonna keep it real. New York is not a spot I want to be.
If you want your friends to live, I suggest you step aside.
But yeah, one day I wanted to at least when I get a secondary dedicated stream PC, I wanted to come in and stream, like do a just chatting thing and just do some 3D work sometimes. Just, you know, just mess around, yada yada, not do too much.
You can go. But this isn't over. I'll find you eventually.
Maybe. But I made sure you won't follow me today. Those charges are still on a timer. Better hurry if you want to save your friends.
That's essentially it. These freaking idiots. All right, is it here? Oh, come on, where is it? Is it on the floor? Oh, shit. Let me go down. It'd been cool if you could have disarmed this right from the jump. About working in the field, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do, whether it be 3D, either creating worlds and environments, characters, stuff like that, yada yada. I kind of wanted to do that, but eventually wanted to work my way up to being a producer. I wrote a paper one time. You know, professor wanted a paper from us, and then I said something. I said, you know, I don't really get why we're talking about unsung heroes in a team-based environment. Like, you need game development, music production, video, but a whole lot of stuff. But maybe not too much music production. It depends on where you're at and how you're doing it. But for the most part, though, production as a whole is a team-based environment thing. You know, and it's way too often that, you know, I get into situations, I see people trying to give credit to this person, give credit to that person. And while I was going to school, how many people will go in thinking gaming is all about coding, and it's not. There's too many games out there that have bad sound design, bad audio levels, crying out loud. And it's one of those crazy things. And after I thought I literally explained things to her. And all this thing, you know, she started talking to me about producer, but you know, it takes time. It takes time. But you have to be committed, and it takes time. But she kept saying words, I'm like, I know we had this discussion to talk. And so it's just like, that's the thing though, but at the same time, you have to make sure, like, a lot of it is where you're at. You know, if you don't live in the heart of things. So I used to ask around, like, what is it like in Texas? What is it like, you know, in California? Because I heard around Austin, Texas, like it is, they have like an animation hub or something like that. A professor that did, I think he did arts. So it was kind of like teaching art, like a arts history class. And he's like, "Yo, where you from?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm here. Right in the heart of the NJ." He's like, "You sure?" I'm like, "I think I know where I come from." I started laughing, and then he's like, "Cause you sound like you from the South. You should go to." He's like, "You should go to Tennessee." I'm like, "Oh my God." I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "Cause you sound like you'll fit just right on in." I'm like, he's like, you doing animation?" He's like, "Yeah." I'm like, yeah. He's like, "Cause they got some stuff out there." I'm like, "Okay, I understand. But I always had a mindset I wanted to do something, but at the same time, it's just like, you have to be realistic and sensible. Oh, I didn't even get the next one. Oh, my fault. I'm sitting there talking like a fool. But yeah, that's it. So you just gotta be realistic and like sensible. That's all. So I tell people all the time, like, if you're going into the whether it be game or like movies or anything else of that nature, get out, talk to people. Some of the best people you can talk to is people outside of your field. sometimes that's gonna be like the best medicine ever, to talk to people outside of your field. Right, so let me just first go run and try to find this damn thing. I'll do that first. Graphic design is not something I really wanted to do, cause that's like it's like a lot of fun. But I think you probably could. I think there are some places that you can go ahead and do. What's the word I'm looking for? Do some like 3D stuff with like computer things. Cause I'm infatuated with it. That's the best way I can put it. Like setting up stuff that's setting up what you call it? What's the word? Like doing your character modeling and stuff like that, and weight painting, especially weight painting. I'm fascinated by weight painting. I always want to just do at least something a little bit similar to that. And Twitch, believe it or not, actually keeps me closer to the things that I like to do than other things I found myself doing. Because like how you set up your overlays and doing all your cutting, editing in the videos and stuff like that. Even on my thought videos and watch some of the stuff on YouTube, I made my own music thing for that, and it wasn't even hard or difficult. It was very, very simple and subtle. So I have a certain particular style, and things worked out. So it was like this is like one thing that kind of keeps me somewhat close to the things I enjoy. So I feel like I'm always at least doing something. Okay, there's one more. So that's probably why. Don't tell me it's a freaking stairs. Yes, it's freaking upstairs. Freaking kidding me. That's what. But I've always been that guy who's like, I want to work. That's just me. That's just me. I think it's just way too often. I think a lot of people rely on, like, how to put this, communities without necessarily seeing how far you can push yourself first. So that's kind of like how I am. I really want to push myself to see what I can do.
He left. Is that
Now, what kind of, like, in what capacity you mean by computer arts? Because there's like a lot of options.
Letting him go was better than the alternative. I thought you were going to stay someplace safe.
There might have been something I could have done to help. I thought I should be here. I know this asteroid better than anyone. You did it. Another hour and our course would have been irreversible. I ran the numbers, Shepard. X-57 would have struck near the capital city, the most densely populated region. But that's
Now, graphic design is pretty dope.
Thanks to you.
All right, especially if you could do it in a way where then you're also working on, let's say, what's the word when you're doing concept art for like characters and you're creating characters and stuff. That's a good trait to have as well too. Coding is pretty nice. I've done a little bit of coding, but it is one of those things where you have to have a passion for that. You have to have the passion for that.
Balak was holding them hostage. I let him go to save them.
Let a terrorist go or sacrifice innocent lives.
And then modeling in 3D is, like I said, it's super fascinating. Once you get to weight painting, that's like a whole different ball game. It's so freaking fun.
Do the same thing
But it's
somewhere else.
weird and it's time consuming as hell. So it is what it is.
Yeah, he could. Balak seemed like a practical man. Practical but callous. I'm sure if he'd been in my place, Ms. Bowman would be dead now, along with all the terrorists. But I'm not going to sacrifice people who happen to be between me and my target.
So what happens now? The bad guys get away?
In technology, I'll say this. I think even with something like Twitch and what it provides to you, right? So let's just say for something, let's say if you're doing, let's say some audio stuff, because audio engineering can be another thing too, right? So you can learn doing stuff like that as well too, because they will, like, once you go to school, they put me through a music production class where I learned Pro Tools and put some stuff together so that, like I have background with that. They're going to put you through acting classes, chances are, because if you're going to create a character, or even design a video game, how can you create something you ain't even bother to act it out, to actually feel what the character is, to see what that character is about, to bring that character to life? There's a lot of things that they do for you. the biggest thing is, especially when you kind of go into school, is I think maybe a trade school might be better for this. I'm not sure, but it's always the other stuff that doesn't necessarily help you with your growth, like the what you call it, like your regular institutional studies, your Englishes of the worlds and other stuff like that. That's going to get in the way. So I think the biggest challenge is finding that time to continue to constantly work on your craft.
Balak gets away today, but we'll still be after him tomorrow. And the
That's
day
it.
after that. Me, my crew, and every other crew.
So even when you're like here, like
He'll run and
I'm
he'll
working on my
hide,
like
but eventually he'll slip up and we'll get him.
got your mic
Bad
going,
guys never get
you know, you're
away
getting
this
your
time.
levels
Not
corrected and
unless
stuff
the
of that
good guys
nature.
give up.
But you can also do something simple where you having like a podcast going on, because you like essentially the setup is already made,
Thank you
right?
for my
So
grandchildren's
like
lives.
no matter
I don't
what you're
think I'll stick
doing,
around,
whether you're doing
not with the team gone.
let's say you're illustrating, so you got your graphic design
Time for me
going
to get
on,
back
yada
and
yada,
spend some time with my
or you might
family.
be doing your coding, because there's a
Before I
lot of
go,
things
I'd
that
like to
coding
offer
could be
you
useful
something.
for.
Maybe you'll have more
Or
use
if
for
you're
it.
technically doing model, you can
Engineer,
do
I guess,
hell.
is
Modeling
fine.
doesn't necessarily only include characters. There's also architecture work that you can do as well too. So I mean, it works in so many different levels and degrees for you. It's just trying to figure out where you can actually apply it. Fun fact: I applied for this one job that was for a pharmaceutical thing, and they was literally looking for people that could technically mess with their systems. You don't have to know, but as long as you messed around with some other stuff. So they, asked me about my my background and stuff like that, and I have some experience working with things like Maya, ZBrush, Blender, stuff like that, yada yada. And so that was the thing for them. But these type of times, you just never know where your opportunity gonna
I
come
know
from,
it's a
and
lot to
unfortunately, the
ask,
opportunity didn't come for me.
That Omni tool of
So
yours,
it's just,
I could
but
really
it
use
can
something like
be an asset for you.
I think I
And then
mentioned
while
that
you
you're saving
also,
my
I would
kids
say,
and
try to work
grandkids.
on
What's an Omni tool
creating
compared to
a
that?
short, if you would, something that you
My
could show
lesson.
people, stuff like that,
I hope you
yada
get good
yada.
use out of it.
So that's a big thing too.
One more thing. You asked me to look into your missing engineers.
Have you found them?
Okay, fixing PC, networking, and security. Networking, I'll say this: networking is a hell of a different beast. But if you could go in for that, and like that's kind of like separate. But I'm quite confident that any game company can use that. It's just I wouldn't be surprised if you go in for something like that. They would most definitely try to keep you only for that. Because finding good people to do that stuff is not the easiest thing in the world.
Not yet. Can you think of anything that would help me find them?
See if you can tap into our transmission tower.
And then
on the
security,
surface.
I'm telling you right now,
Equipment check will
security,
show up on your sensors.
networking,
Take care.
those are guaranteed freaking jobs,
will,
especially in security.
We owe you.
Hell, somebody could work the code in a sense for security purposes. You'll be making shit ton of money. You'll probably be making more money than anybody in gaming right now, period. Unless you're like Activision CEO, you could, quote unquote, fire a whole lot of people and get bonuses.
I can't believe you let Balak go. To save us. I half expected you to just let us die. Sacrifice the few for the many.
Then I'd be no better than the Batarians. Besides, Balak won't get away with this. I know who he is now. He can't run forever.
You sound like my brother. He was always so stubborn, but always willing to do the right thing, no matter what.
Now, also fixing PCs is that is something that I could do. I'm not gonna front. That's something I could do. I ain't got no issue with that.
I wish I could have saved him, too.
It's not your fault. You did what
That's
you
a good
could.
thing. That's a good thing.
At least
Because right now, what I have currently is
he was the one who convinced
an
me to
associate's in
join the
applied
team.
science, but it's so vague. You know what I'm saying?
Said it would be
So
an adventure.
you can most definitely do a lot. You can most definitely do a lot. I always say, as long as you
sound
believe in yourself
uncomfortable,
and you put the effort into doing
you should
something,
see to Aaron.
can't nobody tell you shit. Because you gotta live, you gotta live.
I understand. You've been through enough today. I'll get out of your way.
Thank you. Oh, I don't even know your name.
Shepard. Commander Shepard.
Thank you, Commander Shepard. You're not exactly what I expected, but thank you.
That was a brave thing you did, Kate. Contacting me on the radio, risking your life.
I have not got a chance to play Outriders.
Stubborn and determined runs in the family.
I would
My
love to
father
play
was
it,
in
but
the
it didn't come to
Alliance
Game
that
Pass on
summer.
PC.
I think he was disappointed none of his kids signed up, but he'd be proud of Aaron. Sorry.
I gotta wait until at least I can find myself a like a Series X or something. If it will still be there by the time I get.
You've been through a lot. I'll get out of your way. So long, Kate.
I appreciate that, Commander. Goodbye.
Okay, we got a journal entry. Let me go check that out. There are 3 engineers lost on the surface of X-57. They must be found. Okay. But there's that other dude, though. Nah, I never heard of that. Never once I've heard of that. Nah, I mean I got a Twitter, but I never heard of restocks.
Thank you again, Commander. You've done more than you know.
Okay, well let's see about going. Let's open the door for the hostages.
Thank you so much. I thought we were all dead.
I don't know, man, but all I can say is when it comes to Twitter, I'm tired of getting pinged about somebody with brand new feet content. That's really getting on my nerves. It's really getting on my nerves. I'll tell you, man. You sign up for some like social stuff and IG starting that nonsense too. I think they all in cahoots. Oh, okay. All right, cool. That's most definitely something I'm gonna have to do. Search. So is restocks? Oh, all right. So search restock Xbox Series X as any will alert you when to play. Okay. Okay, that's most definitely something I'm gonna do. All I can do is just hope for the best. Hope for the best. And sad part, I was going to literally use or PlayStation, because I was going to literally use just a small portion of a stimulus that I've never freaking received for that purpose as well too. It would have been pretty cool. Something I won't have to worry too much about. But of course, everything has to be difficult. That's just how it is.
Say, Shepard, you didn't happen to find any of my engineers, did you?
Not yet. Can you think of anything that would help me find them?
See if you can tap into our transmission.
All right, cool.
cover
That's
on the
most definitely
surface.
something I have to do.
Their equipment sheds will show.
Because
up on your
going the
sensors.
regular traditional ways ain't
Take
going to
care of
cut it.
yourself.
That's
You will,
automatic.
Shepard. We owe you.
That is automatic. I don't know, but a lot of times I'll sit there and think to myself, like, if I was making a game, how I would design it. I'm a little bit harder though. I'm most definitely a hard person. Okay, so there are 3 engines lost on the surface of X-57. They must be found. So vague. Now I think I might end up doing is going up to either go finish. I think I might do that. And then I can always kind of come back and look at these things later or some shit. Alright, so let's hop out. Question of Normandy. I thought I was supposed to get a nice moment with Ashley, but I guess not. I would say this. I don't know if it would be specifically RPG, but I know for a fact what I would do is create something for like the dudes. It's not too often that we get a game with, a father trying to do everything he need to do for his family and stuff like that. So I would probably send it around there. We have some of the Evil Within 2, and now Resident Evil Village pretty much basically copied that. Yeah, I think we need to see more of that stuff because it's way too often I see the other nonsense. But I would love to have something pretty open. It depends. I sit down and think, I always say I have this one thing I would like to do, but it will easily change. could easily change. I don't know, be an RPG or would it be just a regular standard kind of like, you know, adventure game? I don't know. I don't know. I do like mature content a little bit. I really do.
Commander,
What's your opinion on the last mission?
we've got a hard fight ahead. Fleets of... I think the odds are against us.
We-
That's what pisses me off.
We'll
Not
talk later.
Okay, so
Looking
it's not
forward
going to
to it,
change
Skipper.
here. Alright, so yeah, let's go to the last mission. Might as well. I believe it'll be the last. We're going to see. Okay. Alright, give me 1 second, guys. 1 second. Right back. 1 second.